Yeah. All right, Shalom Makyam. And we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Abashai by Shema Kakodash. Giving honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. And Zahaba to my left. Hey, today we're going to go into a live stream, all right, entitled Leaders in Training. All right, because that's what we are. All right, whether you are an actual head of account, all right, or you're just in the count, but you're still a leader for your people. So in reality, all right, within this truth, Yahweh Bahashim Habashai is raising us up to be leaders. All right, because I be willing we endure to the end and we receive those crowns, we're gonna have to lead the nations, man. All right. And in reality, that starts now. All right. So the Most High is really molding us and grooming us for leadership positions. All right.
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry, I thought you. You can start out with First Timothy's. I think there's 2 and 1. If it's not 2, it's 3 and 1. All right. Hey, because remember, leader. The main word in leader is what? Lead. So the Most High is training us to lead, man. Okay. And there's a reality to that. There's a prerequisite to that. Okay. All right. Any old Israelite can't come out here and do what we do. All right.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse. We're going to start at 1.
Yeah, you can start at 1.
All right. It says, this is a true saying. If a man desired the office of a bishop, he desired a good work.
And he desired a good work. All right. And you don't have to desire the office of a bishop in this time, because the Most High will raise up who's going to be the bishop, who's going to be the leaders. Okay.
Verse 2, a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober.
And so these are the prerequisites, all right, to being an overseer, because the word bishops mean what? An overseer. So can you start out again with those prerequisites?
Okay. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach.
All right, given to hospitality, apt to teach, man. Because, the Most High doesn't want men to do his works, but really don't want to be here. So basically, in a nutshell, you have to be a good brother, a good husband, a good father, all right, a good everything. You really have to be good in all departments, man. All right.
I said apt to teach, being sharp, because I remember when I first started watching, and that's when the cameras used to get a lot of interaction, with people, and I was like, I don't never want to scoff to know more than me, and that's the mind frame to be in, because at the end of the day, Apostle Cobb made a beautiful point how pretty much, man, at GMS is like we the special forces of the scriptures, man. That elite special force. So when it's speaking of apt to teach, man, we should always be learning something, man. Some days history, some days you learn about geopolitics, some days, you're learning about, these different Illuminati, secret societies, and, what agendas they're pushing, in society. Just always learning something, man. That's being apt to teach.
Yep. Apt to defend the gospel, All right, is there more to that?
It says not given to wine, no striker, not greedy.
Hey, that's another thing too. The reason why there's so many prerequisites to being a leader, because you're gonna set the tone for your count. All right, you're gonna set the tone for whatever jurisdiction your house shall put you on top of, man. All right, because the people are a reflection of the leader, man. Okay, like I think there's a point you brought out when Trump became president. That brought out a certain energy in Esau. Esau was walking around a little different, a little more proud, man. All right, so the leader set the tone for the people. All right.
It says not greedy or filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous.
It's not covetous, man. A lot of you leaders, you Israelite leaders, man, are you covetous, man? All right, because you desire money, you desire filthy lucre, you desire vainglory, and for that you're willing to sell out the doctrine, man.
They want the perks of rulership without the responsibility. You know, Jake want the praise, you know, the perks, the incentives that come with leadership status, you know, but Jake don't want the responsibility to go into it, man. You see, when you're a true leader, man, you know, how about Shema Shai starts conditioning you and wiring you different, man. You know, whatever you do, like a leader has a mindset, I'm gonna be the first one here, I'm gonna be the last one to leave. You know, that never gets old. Like you see them guys like Nate, they send those guys out there, man. You know, they don't go out. Okay, that's a horrible leader, man. That's a boss. You know, but you look at the apostles. The apostles, they Apostle Hart opened the camp up and end the camp. He out there for 2 hours, 3 hours. You know, they still going over 2 hours, 3 hours sometime, man. So he sets the tone within the rest of the body. You know? So if the top man is doing that, how much more us, man? You know? It says, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection without gravity.
And one thing, and the Most High is raising us to be leaders. He's raising us up to be leaders, but also rulers, right? And what I've learned is that you have to practice responsibility. All right, anything you obtain, it comes with the responsibility. If you want a car, you have a car in your mind, the imagination of that car in your mind, but in real time, you have to deal with the responsibility that comes with that car. All right, same thing with a house, a woman, a pet. All right, everything that you desire, it comes with the reality of it, and it comes with a responsibility, man. You know, you got Eve. People out here, they want children, but they want them for the wrong reason. But they don't want the responsibility that comes with having offspring, and they're raising degenerates, man. All right.
This is Luke chapter 12. All right. And I started at 41. It says, then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this unto us, or even to all? And the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season?
Yep.
And the household, you know, the Lord is the elect, man, the house of David. And how about Shema Shai has set up particular men to be rulers, you know, over their house, you know, starting with the rank that's within the camps, okay? And then just each brother becoming a leader, you know, over men, you know? So it's like we've been left responsible for a nation of people. And when you look at it like that, you move different. Your decision making, okay, is different. When you understand that Yahweh Shai left us responsible for people, you see? Sound doctrine, be you a watchman. The watchman had a different life than everyone else. The watchman sacrificed more than anybody because he knew, okay, his dedication could save generations of people, man. Okay, because in the ancient world, you get caught lacking, like niggas talking about get caught lacking, okay, and 2 or 3 niggas died. No, you get caught lacking in the ancient world, all the men get killed and the women and children go into captivity. You see that? So it was a different, you know, being and watching one another desired, but it's something that had to be done. You know? And it says, verse 43, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth, I say unto you that he will make him ruler over all that he have, man. So this is pretty much like an interview, man. You see? This is the prelims of rulership.
Yeah, what do you call those? Preludes?
Yep. Yeah. If you, that's why Yahweh said, look, since you was faithful over this little, come be ruler over much, man. Because see, Yahweh is coming back to save Israelites that have developed a certain mindset. Okay? Look, he handled this, so now I can give him that. Okay, if he did this with this little resources, with, you know, all eyes against him, how much he gonna prosper when everything is in his favor?
Yeah, that's why I said, he that is faithful in little should be faithful in great things.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming up to it.
Okay.
Yep. It says, verse 44. It says, of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him rule over all that he hath. But if that servant say in his heart, which is his mind, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men, servants, and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, all right, which is what? Irresponsible. Okay? You have been left over another man's household, and you handle, this man's household, irresponsibly, man.
I was looking up the word child just on the online dictionary, and it goes into immature and irresponsible.
Yep.
And remind me of that scripture in Ecclesiastes that bring out a lot. Woe to thee, O land, when a prince is a babe, when he's a child.
Yep.
So so I asked myself through the spirit, like, what really constitutes a child?
Mm-hmm.
And it's those two words, immature and irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
So brothers have to be mature and responsible when dealing with these leadership positions. All right.
It says on reading down, says the Lord of their servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers, man. And that's destruction, man. And that's gonna be in a horrible form. It says, and the servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. And you have to understand, the people that's in the higher position, okay, they suffer the highest consequences, man. When shit go wrong, okay, the responsibility go from the top. It's a lot of shit that, you'll see, all right, it's a lot of shit that happen in the higher ranks that we'll never know about, okay? You're not going to see these top executives getting their ass chewed out by the CEO. We don't know them people. But it could be for something, okay, that's dealing with the numbers, okay? But we're all part of this one team, but you'll never see the higher ups, get their ass chewed, man. Okay? Sometimes it make it down to the bottom, but a lot of times their rebuke stay up top, man. And that's what being a leader is about, man. I also know you gotta take shit on the chin and make the adjustments, man. You see? It says in verse 48, it says, but he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. Because you will look at it and like, man, I want subscribers like he got. I want my comment board like he got. Well, do you know that this brother is constantly answering questions all day? Do you know this man is trying to teach and scoffers, popping up everywhere? So you want these, we have, and this is what, we're coming to understand is the responsibility that's attached to leadership, man.
And not to mention the groundwork, that's kind of like, brothers had those thoughts, like, I want an active YouTube channel like that. But hey, these channels been up for years.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about the apostles. I'm not going to even get on the apostles. But like some of these channels is just getting 100 views. Well, I speak for my channel, man. My Spirit Wind Judah has been up since 2014. The Spirit got it to where now, people are in tune and, people keeping up with it. But that's what, 8 years? So, but the last 6 of those years, maybe 7, it was 30, 40 views. So it's the groundwork too, man. You see? Just to build on that, you know what I mean? It's time.
It's a complete thing, because the only reason, brothers can come in and, be able to prosper is because of the groundwork that was laid, starting with the apostles and elders, and then the elder brothers that was in all these cities, man.
That's why we've never met these men a day in our lives, but we're constantly reminded of High Priest Ariah. We're constantly reminded of Abba Bivens. We're constantly reminded of Elder Iquab. We're reminded of those men because they put in groundwork, man. Hey, a house starts with a foundation. You can't build a house without the foundation, man. You see? So, like you said, it's beautiful you brought that out, man. Like that's something Elder Apostle Kai was talking to us about, man. Those founding fathers of this thing, man. 'Cause even in America, you always hear about them fucking founding fathers. Some goofy ass George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. They got a picture of them in the room with the fucking Constitution and shit. The founding father. Well, we have founding fathers in this faith, man. That we didn't have to dig in and find out who were the tribes. All right, this Elder High Priest Ariel, the spirit was on him. All right, King Masha. It's so many things we just learned that already existed when we got here, man.
And those men set the groundwork, to being different. You see, as so-called black men in America, they took a bold stance and said, we are the Israelites, man. Yep. And was teaching not Jesus Christ, but Yahushua. They took their first brunt. That's another thing too. Like Jake will pop up on the scene, and learn a few things and mimic a few things and act as if now everything revolves around them or him. No, man. Do you understand the grit and the grind that it took, to get to a particular point? All right. Well, you was able to learn and come up on a level so quick. Men teaching before it was a YouTube, before it was a cell phone.
Well, they built the nation.
Before it was a cell phone.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. Before those big ass cell phones.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on, man. We don't even mention the elders a lot. I'm not talking about the apostles, but like Elder Manasseh, all right, Elder Ainap, all right, Elder Ayathon. Hey, man, where the fuck were you back in 94?
Elder
Sakaran, all right, Elder Taza Dagba, all right, Big Brother Gad. Where were you? Where were you, you scoffers back in 94? Because those men, they were 18, 19, 20, all right, going to the library with Elder Apostle Ramlab, all right, doing research in the library, man. Before we had Google, before, like you said, we had phones, before we had computers, man. It's like a city. That's called nation building, because guess what? Because get the our conversation is in heaven. Oh yeah, and you can look up that word, because we're dwelling in a nation in the spirit. But starting with our founding fathers, High Priest Ariah, Elder Abba Bivens, or Elder Yaikwab, High Priest Ariah, King Masha, they literally set the foundation, the groundwork to build a nation and a habitation, right? They made it inhabitable. We're just building on what they already built. You see? But if it wasn't for them, we won't be putting on garments with a 12 tribe sign. You see? Those are the leaders of the leaders.
This is Philippians 3:20. It said, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
And conversation goes back to dwelling. All right? But somebody, in order to dwell there, somebody has to make it inhabitable. You see, like you said, before Elder Abba Bivens, before High Priest Ariah, all right, Elder Yaikwab Salat, all right, it wasn't known that we were Israelites. You had Israelite temples, but to actually go out on the highways, they were starting with Abba Bivens, all right, with the platform, pursuant to Nehemiah. The Nehemiah constructed a platform to go teach. All right?
And the readers.
Salat.
And the readers.
Right, and the readers. Come on, man.
And Jake still do that, but then buck up.
Yeah. but they act like, and you niggas, man. You act like, okay, now we're the priests. Pastor Hart got to fall back. Like, now we replace you. Y'all old now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking sport.
Yeah.
Where it's like you turn 50 and you can't play no more.
Nah.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. But the point, excuse my language, brother. But the point is, man, all right, I'm a leader in training. You see? I'm not going to say I'm a leader. The Most High put us, and He made us leaders of the house of Israel. Really, I'm a leader in training. You see? So the corrections, the counsels, the rebukes, I take it all in because it's all about the result. All right, what is that gonna manufacture? A lot of you niggas, you don't want to be corrected, but you don't understand the bigger picture. If you take a correction, this is gonna make you a better leader, man. But they ego oriented. Yep. They feel like I'm a leader. I ain't supposed to get corrected.
Yeah, because you a leader, like you said, they ego oriented. Because when you first become a leader, you know, the thing is, okay, I made it. You take that breath. You know, I made it, but really it's the beginning.
Yep.
Okay.
You're a leader in training.
You really the beginning, man, because it's it's on job training. You know, and great leaders, all the great leaders that we know, all right, the things that are written about in their praises and their accolades, there was a lot of mistakes made before they got to that point where they was able to be great. Because see, being great pretty much is decision making. Like to master, to have a balance when it comes to judgment and discernment and decision making, preparation. See, that's something that's learned, okay, through what? Trial and error. See, they know what not to do because they did it and they seen the results of it. Okay? They know what to do because they did and seen the results of it. They know how to react because they done did and seen the results of it. They know how to deal with all these different personalities because they done seen the same niggas, people, time after time after time. They can see when it first, they can pick up, okay, when someone is finna go way left. Because they done seen this movie 1,000 times. You know? So being a leader is based on experience, man. And that's why we're getting this experience now, you know, so we can have that balance on how to deal in the time of pressure, man.
And kings aren't born, they're made. Mm-hmm. You're made, you're developed through your experiences, man. You know? You're developed through your experiences. You about to get a precept?
Come, yeah, something else.
Well, after you get your precept, we'll close it on mine.
Okay, come. It's the book of Isaiah, 48:10. It says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee, all right, in the furnace of affliction."
You know, and I refined thee. How are we refined? Through our experiences, man. All right? And that's what really develops you. That's what breaks you down and rebuilds you, and breaks you down and rebuilds you to where you're a different person. You're a different man. Mm-hmm. All right, through your trial and error. Like you was basically breaking down trial and error. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, we're leaders in training, leaders in development. All right, but we're being trained to lead, man. All right, molded to lead, and it's fair. You know,
they'll tell Jake, like at work, you know, when the machine break down, you know, I tell Jay, I said, well, it's time to learn something now. Because that's the only way you're going to get experience. Like, that's experience is reacting in real time. That's how you get the experience, man.
You know, I used to work on a production line, putting assembly parts on cars. And the guy that was training me, he'll put pressure on me. Because he saw that I caught on pretty fast. But he was like, you're not really good at what you do until you can catch yourself back up. When you get behind on that line and you have a strategy to catch yourself back up, now you're doing something. See? And it's like, and like you said, that pressure. And when you're on a moving line, it's pressure, man. When you can figure stuff out under pressure, you got a little plan of actions to catch yourself back up. Now you're more of a skilled worker. Yep. You see? That's something I learned as a man. And I'm learning. It's not about doing something perfect. Then when you fall short, you just sort of hate yourself. You just living with regrets. No, it really is about, can you dig yourself back out that situation? Because as a man, you're going to make mistakes. But can you dig yourself out of that? That's where you become a skilled person.
Where your value come from.
Yeah.
Hey, because anybody can, you know, be, like I say, anybody can thrive when all the conditions, you know, are perfect. Okay. But when you look at it, when shit go wrong, most people kind of fade back out the way and kind of look, you know, look around. But see, a leader, you know, the mind of a leader is like, okay, what can I control? Because first thing, like even with leadership, what you have to understand, when it comes to problem solving, you got to eliminate everything that you can't control. Okay? eliminate everything you can't control and deal with what you can control, and that begins the process, of problem solving, man. And they're just, a leadership tool, that you can apply in anything, man. And we're getting this job on training, training on the job, man.
Sometimes you're a leader, right? But your superior come in, start giving you pointers while you're on the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it happen this week?
Yeah.
Our superior came and said, do it this way,
Mm-hmm.
Make those adjustments,
I'm gonna read an NLT Bible shop.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 48:10. It says, I have refined you, but not in silver is refined. Rather, I have refined you in the furnace of suffering.
Ooh.
That furnace of suffering, man. That's how leaders are forged, man. Joseph, he was in prison 12 years, wrongly in prison 12 years, man. King David on the run, from Saul. All right. Jacob had to wrestle an angel. You see, he had to, deal with his brother Esau. You see, but all those things forge men, they can't be replicated, man.
Okay, let's imagine a twin brother out to kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta put yourself in his shoes. And you can just close out Proverbs 27 and 23.
Proverbs 27.
I think that's it. And that was beautiful, by the way.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flock, and look well to thy herds.
And know the state of thy flocks, man. Like I said, management is very important, man.
Yep.
That's a leader has responsibility.
Yep.
And that's the seriousness of it.
Yep.
It's not about your ego and hey, I'm on top.
Nah.
Because your flesh, that testosterone, it makes you want to rise to the top and be in that top position.
Yep.
The alpha position. But the big dog, man, he's the overseer.
Yep.
And when anything goes wrong with his subordinates, he got to take those lashes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want those lashes, man. All right. So, you had anything else you want to say?
Yeah. So, like you say, the rank, is based on order, man.
Yeah.
So because whenever you have rank and order, that creates efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because at the end of the day, we're all alpha males, but understanding rank, understanding submission, understanding humility, that benefits, the body, because it wouldn't benefit, because this brother has to watch over me. I have to answer to him and I have to watch over you all.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so him doing his job helps me do my job, which benefits you all.
Mm-hmm.
You see, can't be clashing. We ego tripping.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't coming over. Matter of fact, brother, don't come over here this Thursday. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, man. It's a thing of order, so the whole nation can benefit. And one other thing, like whatever your purpose is, whatever your lot is, man. If you the least brother in the camp, man, just play your role.
Bro, if you a sign holder,
yep,
you need to practice the art, perfect the art of holding a sign, man.
Cameraman, play whatever role you got. Play your role. Once you recognize your role, that's when you start to prosper in it.
And then like you got some brothers, there are helps that count.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no camp leader is pressuring you to give money to the camp, and your help doesn't always have to come in the form of money.
Mm-hmm.
You can just swing some water to the camp.
Yep.
That's beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
You might bring some gloves, some heat pads during the winter time.
Yep.
You like for brothers who come to camp and they may be classified as helps, all right, or sisters. You don't have to always be pressured. Oh, I didn't give 10%. I didn't give money.
Yep.
You can just give what you can.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be so-called money, man. All right, but like the brothers just said, hey, we all max out on our role, and the nation is winning. But that's all I got. You had anything else?
No, it was it, bro.
Anyways, that's the spirit. Mm-hmm. Hey, but with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, Kakadash, the honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone rule well. Peace and blessed to the house of David the elect. Abba. Come out, Shalom. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, Shalom, Zaquan. Yeah.
on there because